Have you ever been afraid to open your banking app? Or felt that pit in your stomach when the news starts talking about another recession? Do you know that gnawing anxiety that no matter how much you make, it's never enough, and you could lose it all in an instant? If you said yes, you're not alone. We live in a world obsessed with success. But what if I told you that this race for money, status, and recognition is a trap? That the more you have, the more you have to fear. And that your money, instead of giving you freedom, is slowly taking it away, dictating how you live, what you feel, and what you fear. But what if there's a way out? An ancient, ridiculously simple mind hack used by emperors and slaves to make themselves invincible. This is a path to a kind of wealth that can't be lost, to a kind of peace that money can't buy. Today, we're not talking about magic. We're talking about Stoicism. And I promise you, what you learn in the next 10 minutes has the power to flip your entire relationship with money, problems, and life itself. Step 1. The two-basket game, the Stoics' ultimate tool. Let's play a simple game. It'll take 30 seconds. Picture two baskets. In the first basket, we put everything that is 100% yours. Your thoughts, your choices, your actions and reactions, your character. This is your inner empire, and you are its absolute ruler. Now, the second basket. We dump everything else in here. Your mother-in-law's opinion, the stock market, the traffic on your way to work, the weather. And yes, your health, your reputation, and all your money go in here too. Sound brutal? It's actually the most freeing idea in the world. The Stoics called this the dichotomy of control. 99% of our suffering comes from digging around in that second basket, trying to control what is fundamentally uncontrollable. We waste our energy, our sanity, and our time fighting windmills. The Stoics say, stop. Forget the second basket. All your power is in the first one. Think about Nelson Mandela. 27 years in a cell. His body was chained, his future was in his enemies' hands. It looked like they had taken everything. But his enemies couldn't get inside his head. They couldn't control his thoughts, his dignity, his decision not to break, but to become stronger. His inner citadel was unbreakable. And if he could find freedom in a prison cell, can't we find it in the middle of a financial storm? Step 2. The superpower of turning poison into medicine. Amor fati. Okay, so we've agreed not to mess with the second basket. But what do we do when it dumps problems on our head? A job loss, a failed project, a market crash. This is where the Stoics have a second superpower. It's called amor fati, a love of your fate. This isn't about passively accepting your fate. It's about aggressively embracing it, as if you chose it. Imagine the universe is a brilliant personal trainer who knows your weaknesses and gives you the exact exercises you need to get stronger. Every challenge isn't a punishment. It's a workout. Marcus Aurelius, ruling an empire through war and plague, didn't write in his diary, "Why me?" He wrote, "Excellent, another opportunity to practice courage." The next time disaster strikes, pause and ask yourself not the victim's question, "Why me?" but the warrior's question, "What is this for? What lesson am I meant to learn? How can I use this to become better?" You will be amazed how this one simple shift changes everything. Step 3. How to turn a failure into a launch pad. Lessons from defeat. The world is terrified of failure. For a Stoic, failure doesn't exist. There is only material. Imagine this. You're 30 and you're publicly fired from the company you started in your garage. Is it over? For Steve Jobs, it was just the beginning. He later said it was the best thing that could have happened to him. It freed him, forced him to be a beginner again, and led to the creation of Pixar and his triumphant return to Apple. His failure was his greatest launchpad. Or Thomas Edison. Thousands of failed attempts to create the light bulb. For him, it wasn't a string of defeats. It was the world's largest database of how not to do it. He wasn't failing, he was gathering data. Here's the secret. A failure is not a verdict, it's feedback. A crisis is not a pit, it's a forge where your character is built. Your true wealth is not avoiding loss, but the ability to profit from any loss, turning it into experience, skill, and wisdom that will stay with you forever. Your action plan for tomorrow. How do you start using this right now? 3 simple steps. The conscious pause. Something bad happens. Don't react instantly. Take a breath. Just give yourself 5 seconds. All your power lives in that pause. The right question. Instead of why me, ask yourself, okay, what can I do about this? What is this teaching me? What part of this is in my control? Focus on your basket. Let go of everything you can't control. Put 100% of your energy into your thoughts, your choices, and your actions. When you start practicing this, you will realize that your happiness and peace of mind were never dependent on the numbers in your bank account. They were always inside you. In your moments of despair, when you feel like you're being dragged under, remember this ancient wisdom. You are not being buried. You are being planted. This crisis, this loss, it's the fertile soil for your future growth. Start today and tell me in the comments, what is one obstacle you will try to turn into a stepping stone this week?